How's everybody doing, man? It's Derek X301 here. Another episode of Ordinary Other Selected Files, man. And right here, it's actually episode 10. First episode, double digits, new setup. We actually got, if you guys can't tell, we got the actual logo in the background. And not only that, we got a very, very special guest, Miss Skylar Vox in the building. How you doing today?
Hi, I'm good.
I want to say thank you for coming out.
Of
I
course.
appreciate it. We're big fans of yours, and I appreciate you actually reaching out and getting to it. So, how you doing
Yeah,
today?
I'm good. Traffic sucks, but
Of course,
fucking
driving from
Miami.
Fort Lauderdale area from to Miami because I'm
Yeah.
in Pembroke Pines, and like I said, that traffic is just crazy. I don't know why. Summer's ending, but I guess everybody's getting back to it. They're trying to get that last beach visit in.
Yeah.
But yeah, so I gotta ask, where are you from?
I'm born and raised here, actually. Like, I'm from the Deerfield area, like Pompano.
Okay.
So that's like kind of where I grew up, but now I'm just in Miami area.
And how were you? Like, what type of person were you growing up? Like, what were you into?
We're starting off like
Yeah, we let's get
that.
right into it.
I was trouble. I'm not
Trouble.
gonna lie. Yeah.
I mean, that's at least it wasn't boring. Yeah, that sounds like fun trouble, right?
No.
No, you got into some deep stuff.
Yeah. Yeah, like I was doing some really bad shit. I mean, like Pompano Beach, like people who know Pompano Beach is, I wasn't in the nice area. Like I was in the hood. I was like, doing like hot boy shit growing up, and I feel like that just kind of comes with like where you grow up and the people you surround yourself with. And when I was a jit, like I wasn't thinking about being around the right people. Like I was young, I was ignorant, I was doing stupid shit.
So, what made you have that mindset to be like, all right, this shit is wrong. I need to stop doing it and just find something else.
Not having money. Like, you know, I definitely am the type of person that a big thing for me is being like financially stable. If, I'm probably obsessed with that, to be honest. Just going through what I went through and not having money, like, that's like my main thing is always having bread, always being fine. Like, I've always made it happen in my life, but I definitely wanted to take the next step and do something, to make more money. Because I started out stripping first.
All right.
So, and then I got into
For how long?
since I was 18. Because I worked like, I'm not dumb. Like, I had like a 3.6 GPA and shit. Like, I did really well in school. But I just hung out with a bad crowd. And then I got involved in that shit. But from 16, I was working like office jobs. I was working in insurance, call centers, boring shit.
Well, that
But
that's still kind of a young age
yeah,
to start
yeah,
working. So you kind of
yeah.
always had that mindset.
Yeah, I've always had that mindset. But then, like being underage, you can only work part time.
A
And then,
certain amount of
a
hours.
certain amount of hours. And then, like, when I turned 18, it happened randomly, if you would say. Like, I got my last paycheck and I was like looking at it like, this is trash. Like, and then I was making jokes with my coworkers like, oh, because we would try to have fun at work. And, we would play music and like dance around, and one of the girls was like, damn, you should be a stripper. And I'm like, you know what? Maybe I should. And then I was 18 at the time, obviously, and like just turned 18, and I was like, this job isn't cutting it for me, to be honest, so why don't I try to do something else? And then I got into dancing, and
And what was the first strip club you were danced at?
I'm not even gonna admit it.
Ooh.
It was really trash, really bad. I don't even wanna speak about it.
No, I definitely hear that. No light on that subject.
No,
But
that shit was
how long did it take for you to go to? Did you go to another one, or that was
yeah.
done?
With I was only at that club because at this point I say I probably worked every club, almost every club from West Palm to Miami. I constantly was going between different clubs just to, check out and see which one is the better vibe. But Gold Rush Cabaret, I don't know if you know where
Mm-hmm.
that is. That's like my home club. I haven't been there in a minute, to be honest, because I haven't really danced like
Mm-hmm.
that in a while. But I went from there, and I was in the Broward area. I'm not gonna say which club, but like I was in Broward clubs, which are trash anyway. It's Broward, it's kind of ghetto, but Like, I was working those clubs, and then, in my opinion, the best clubs are more towards Miami. Like, they're higher class, higher end, better customers with more money. But it was only like 2 to 3 months, and then I started hitting because I had to get comfortable. Like, like I didn't know shit. I didn't know anything about the game.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't.
Like that was just something your homegirl suggested to you. You're like, oh,
Mhm.
that sounds like a good idea.
Mhm.
Good.
Yeah, it was really hard at first
Mm-hmm.
working in like a really crappy club, and then me being like one of the only white girls in the club and being green and not knowing what I was doing. It sucked at first, but then when I kind of got used to it and figured out how things worked, then I moved on to other things, and I got to a point where like I was making really good money in like my prime and my craft of doing it. I was making good money. And I could have technically stayed doing it, but I needed a little bit more stability and dancing like, you know, a lot of strippers, they cap. They're like, "Oh, I make $5,000 every week." I'm like, you never know how much money you're going to make. And on the weekends, I could confidently say I definitely made like at least $1,000 on like a Saturday, but depending on which club I was working at, but it's still never
Yeah.
guaranteed. So I had a girl friend of mine. She's in porn. Her porn name's Tori Montana, and we dance together. And she suggested to because she was in the industry and I was kind of like interested in it, and she gave me like an agency name down here, and I hit them up, and within 3 days they were already booking me for shoots. And it was kind of a joke at first. I'm like, oh, I should do porn. Same thing about the stripping. Oh, maybe I could strip, maybe I could do porn. But they like immediately were like, called me back, and I had these bookings down here in Miami. And I blew up really quickly, to be honest. It was more just for the money stability, but then I kind of got deep into it excuse me, when people started, liking me, and I started getting popular.
And how did that feel? Was it like a different sense in like, oh, I'm going to this strip club to see my favorite stripper versus, oh wow, this girl's actually my favorite porn star? Like, is that attention different? Like, are those two different types of fans?
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, I actually danced like last week, just for
Mm-hmm.
fun or whatever, and I had like 4 people knew who I was, and they recognized me. And I feel like now, because I had, of course, my regulars dancing, but now when people recognize me, like, of course, they're more likely to throw bread knowing who I am. And most 99% of the time, if they know that I'm Skylar Vox, then
Mm-hmm.
they'll, tip me more or whatever, want me to give them dances and shit. so,
So, all right, so you transitioned from stripping to porn, right?
yeah.
How how was it like? Like, was it like when did you notice it was real? Like, you're like, oh wow, I'm here. Was it a check or was it working with a certain production company?
So when I first got into the industry, I was basically doing both at the same time until I had so many bookings in the industry that I couldn't dance as much. And then pretty much knew it was real. Like, yeah, like when I started getting a fuck ton of bookings, like I regret doing it the way I did, but when I started in the industry, I kind of overworked myself. I was working like almost every day of the week, and that's a lot on your body,
Mm-hmm.
and your mind and shit. But the money was so good, I was like, okay, run it. So,
And that's also another thing that I would like to touch on. How do you keep yourself, like your mind, because like you said, that is a wear and tear on your body and mind. So
yeah.
how do you keep your mental health at a healthy state to be like,
So recently, I've been very much cutting back on working, to be honest. Like, Miami deals with more like new girls in the industry, and I get bookings down here every now and then, but mainly I'll go to work in LA, and I'll contact my agents there, and I'll be like, hey, I want to come out for a week, for 2 weeks, whatever it may be. And then I'm always able to get bookings. That's never been an issue. Like, I could be out there a month if I wanted to and work every day. It's never been an issue. But I've stepped back a lot, and I have my OnlyFans. I have a good income from that. So I'm blessed to where I don't really have to work that much during, like, I work if that a week every month. But that's by choice,
mm,
because like I said, if I wanted to go to LA and work every day for a month, I definitely could. But I need my time. So I'm at a place where I'm saving money, like I was talking about earlier before. Saving money, investing my money, like, so that's another reason why I don't have to work as much, because a lot of girls in the industry like have issues with money. Like they get it and they spend it immediately. And I know, and I'm not a saint. Like
Mm.
in the beginning, I definitely spent like way too much than I should have. But I'm at a point now where it's like I put like 30% investments, 30% or 40% towards bills, and the other 30% towards savings. So that's kind of where I'm at with that.
And also, back to what you said, how you think it makes it like a less of a hassle process going to the OnlyFans? Like you said, like you get a good income from that, so it's not like you have to be on top of bookings.
Yeah,
So it's
like
like you could kind of control what you do.
more recently, OnlyFans I feel like has gained popularity. A lot of people don't know that OnlyFans has been around for years, and now more recently the celebrities have been hopping on it. Now everybody in the world knows about OnlyFans, but it's been around since, I wouldn't say quote me on this. I want to say 2014, 15, 16, something like that. Could even be earlier, I don't know, but like when I first got in the industry, like I would say most, if not all, agents tell you make an OnlyFans, and that's where a lot of girls are getting most of their income now in the industry anyway. So like at least top girls I know, like they milk the shit out of OnlyFans, like that's what they do. And then there's even some girls that will only do company shoots just to stay kind of relevant in the porn industry. And I'm kind of getting to that point where I'll do shoots for that reason. And also because it's good money. You know what I'm saying? Like, I make a bag and then come back. But yeah, I would say like if you put the effort in, like OnlyFans definitely could make you like I said, that's my main income right now, to be honest. Like that's where
Yeah, I
most
was
of
like,
my
man,
money's
I
coming.
always want. I'm like, man, I should put the podcast on OnlyFans.
Yeah.
You know what? I should.
Why not?
Why not? Right?
I mean, like
Make
now
money.
because of the celebrities and
Mm-hmm.
shit, people like
It's
when they hear OnlyFans, they think sex work, porn stars, but it really is for anything.
yeah.
Yeah.
Cause I like before, like I even like I said, I was thinking about it, and I actually went on OnlyFans
Mhm.
looking for stuff like that, and I saw like it definitely like passed my expectations. I'm like, oh,
Yeah.
there's a lot of different content on here,
Mhm.
and it's pretty cool because you could put like interviews you might want to be exclusive,
Yeah, absolutely.
pay like a couple like a $5 here and
Yeah.
there,
I don't think it would hurt.
like
You
some.
know, you could put, I don't know, a quarter of the interview for free and then the
Mhm.
rest of it on OnlyFans. Is, the same thing like what I do for my porn stuff, like on Twitter. I'll post like a trailer of something and then, oh, you want to see the rest? Go on OnlyFans. And then that's kind of how that works.
What I also noticed
Hmm.
is, you seem like a dope person,
Thank you.
So, do you get that a lot? Like walking on the street, oh, just because people know you for your porn or your stripping. So, what type of approach do people approach you with on the street?
I feel like I've had people
Hmm.
approach me, but I feel like a lot of people don't want to approach me. I can't tell you how many times I've seen dudes with their girlfriends kind of glance and then second glance, and then in my head I'm like, you know who I am. But they don't have the balls to come up to me because, I guess there's a stigma around it. Like some guys don't want to admit that they watch porn, which, of course, me being in the industry, it's like I don't give a shit. Like but they might be too intimidated to come up to me, but I could tell if they know who I am because they'd be like mad staring. And you know what I'm saying? Like you could just tell on the look of their face. I'm like, motherfucker, I know you know who.
I have a girlfriend myself, and I was telling her like my upcoming interview. I was like,
Yeah.
yeah, I'm very excited because like like why should it be hit on like hit? It's like that's like me saying, oh, I'm not gonna watch this movie.
Yeah. Yeah.
So I never understood that stigma.
I mean, but yeah, like I've had people come up to me and it's more just like, it's funny. Most people approach me and they're like, don't take this the wrong way, but do you do porn? And I'm like, yeah. They're like, oh shit, you're Skylar Fox, aren't you? I'm like, yes, hello.
I think that's funny too. Like you said, how they start off with, "Oh, don't take this the wrong
Because they
way."
don't want to, like, that's what I mean. Like, I mean, I feel like sex work is always going to be
Mm.
taboo. I don't think that personally we'll ever get to a point where it's not at least 100%, even 80%. Like, there's always that. I mean, sex is a very personal thing
Mhm.
for people. So, but I feel like they say it because just in case it's not me. but I don't feel like I look like anybody else. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't feel like I have like that basic type face. And they know, you know what I'm saying? But they do it just in case because they don't want to go up to some random bitch and be like, do you do porn? And they'll be like, fuck you. You know? So.
Have you ever had a girl come up to you and be like, you were in my man's history?
No.
No.
Not in person, at least.
That would have been funny.
That would be kind of funny, yeah.
No, but yeah, so I love music. Like that's also one of the main reasons why I'm doing what I'm doing now.
Mm-hmm.
And I've also noticed that you like some interesting music.
Yeah.
Like I see you, listening to Ghost Main, and music of that sort. How did you get into that?
Being a fucking emo depressed skater chick growing up, probably. I mean, like I definitely like the crowd that I hung out around were like the delinquents, the kids that would like fucking spray paint shit and like ice skate, you know what I'm saying? So like skateboarders, I feel like more of that grungy scene. Like I kind of got into it through that. And of course like, they introduced me to people. I also I still fuck with SoundCloud to this day. Like I don't even have Spotify. Like I have SoundCloud because I like to also find new shit, even though Ghost Main isn't like underground, at least in my opinion. But I mean, I'll listen to like emo rap, screamo shit, hood rat shit, EDM. Like I kind of listen to a little bit of everything, if you will. So.
Have you ever been to one of those EDC shows?
I'm going for my first time ever in November. I already bought my tickets, and I'm
that
so
must be exciting because I mean, so I've never tapped into that type of music, but I've always seen like the impact that festival has, and it's just so crazy.
Like I have always listened to like dubstep and EDM since middle school, and it's been a dream of mine to go to EDC for my 21st birthday, and my 21st birthday passed in January, but still kind of in that area. So the second I got the 3-day VIP pass, I'm nervous though because it is such a big event, and I don't want to get lost. I don't
that thing is humongous. I've seen. I had a good friend go a couple years ago, and just like the packaging of the tickets.
Yeah.
The packaging of the tickets is it's crazy. So I'm like, cause I've the only festival I've been to was like Rolling Loud and Tyler the Creator's Camp Flog No One. So that was actually my first time in California. That was a good experience, but I didn't know they upped the price on literally everything.
Oh,
I was telling my friends, I was like, I low key think they don't have a dollar menu. Like everything is so expensive.
Bottle of water, $15. Like fuck out.
Easily.
Yeah, like this would be. I've never really been to an event ever. Period. So it's gonna be my first experience, not just for EDC, but for like a whole event. And I'm going to a huge one, and that's why I'm nervous because like I may seem like I'm tough shit, but if I lose my people, and there's gonna probably be no fucking service.
Oh
you
no,
know? So
that for sure.
Yeah, but we have each other's locations, so maybe that'll still work. But I don't expect to get lost from my people.
And which one is that? Is that a Vegas one or is that the Tampa one?
Orlando,
excuse me.
Yeah. No, the Vegas one I feel like is definitely, from what I hear, the better one because you're also like in the desert at night, so it's cooler. And I know it's gonna be sweaty as shit when I go. Like I'm already preparing. Like I'm not wearing makeup. I'm not even gonna like fuck with that. I'm just gonna like, enjoy myself because I'm not there for like influencer reasons.
No, you just want to go there and enjoy and have fun, of course.
Yeah, because a lot of people show up and then they'll go, but they'll go mostly to like take pictures and say that they're there. And I'm not gonna take. I mean, I don't even know, to be honest, because I'm not that type to really like take a lot of photos.
That's how I feel. I'm like, oh man, I can't wait to see when I come back this weekend. And then all of a sudden weekend comes, I took like 2 pictures. I was just caught up in the moment having fun.
That's probably what it's gonna be like, because
you have a picture when you're going in and when you're leaving out.
Probably. yeah, but yeah, I'm super excited, like really hype. I've been talking about it since like I got the tickets early on, and I've already bought some stuff. Like I got like a theft-proof backpack that has like a water thing in the bottom. Like I'm really prepared for this.
Yeah, that's also very important, is the hydration. Like we would be going with these camel packs that saved our lives.
Yeah, because I'm no promotion to them, but I think it's called Lunchbox, and like I just found it through like some festival website, and it's got like a 2 liter thing on the bottom that you could refill water with, and it's cut proof because I guess apparently people be taking knives and cutting through people's bags and stealing their shit. So the material it's made out of is cut proof, and the zippers on the opposite side so people can't just open your shit. So I bought 2 of those for me and the person I'm going with. So I'm kind of prepared.
That sounds exciting.
Mm,
Also, you're not single, are you, right?
not right now. Yeah, I mean
So
I'm talking to
I'm
someone.
talking
Yeah.
to somebody. So how does that go about? How, does that you think like a relationship and porn can go together, or is that impossible?
Not really. No, there's definitely like we're very fresh, you know what I'm saying? So, but we have feelings for each other and shit, but he's not in the industry. So like and I've talked to other guys about this, you know what I'm saying? Like I feel like every guy like and it's not that I don't understand, because I have to take in consideration that they're not in the industry and as much as I could sit here and say like it's just a job, like I've never caught feelings for anybody I've shot with. Like there's been girls that I shot with that I talk to on a friendly level, but like cuz I'm bi, so I like girls too, but like when I'm with somebody, I tell them like it's a job, like I enjoy my job, but I'm not taking down phone numbers and hitting people up and fucking them after the shoot, which some people do, you know what I'm saying? But they're most likely single and just enjoying themselves. But it's not something that I like to do. And you just kind of have to have trust in that person. But I personally don't think it'll 100% ever be like, oh, I'm fine with this. Because they don't want to think about their girl getting
Yeah,
fucked by another guy. And I understand that. Um, but it's working right now.
that's what's up.
So
Congratulations.
thank
I
you.
hope the best for you.
Thanks.
So yeah, also you're like in that sense, you're like very like what you were telling me, it sounds like you're very independent, it
Yeah.
sounds like you kind of have a say. How important is that for you to have the say and not the the career, get a hold of you?
In what
Like
sense?
take advantage, like, like you were working, like you said, you busted your ass because you wanted to bust your ass. You had all
Yeah.
these bookings. Like what's
Yeah.
that versus like, oh, they're doing all the bookings for you. They're telling you, look, you have a shoot on Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, Monday, Tuesday.
Well, I mean,
Do
in
you take that like differently? Is what I mean.
in general though, like I kind of tell them when I want to work, so I don't really have to
Okay.
deal with them saying like, "Oh, you're working these days." Like if I don't want to work, I'm not going to work. I give them the dates and they book me for the dates. If I say, "Oh, I'm going to be here for example, like I'm going for a week next week." I decided that the only day that I'm not going to work is the day that I get there and the day that I leave. Um, and they like if they tell me, oh, too bad, then what the fuck, then fuck you. I'm really close with my agency though, like they're like good people,
That's what's up.
so and I'm one of their top girls, so they definitely cater to me, you
Now, how
know.
long you been with them? Since you
um
started, or have you changed?
no, I changed. I would say probably like a year and a half because I've been in the industry for about 2 years, and I started with an agency in Miami, and it didn't work out, unfortunately. And then in Miami, I pretty much book independently. If my agents in LA, if someone down here contacts them, then then I'll book through them. But there's a good amount of like companies down here that know me personally because I'm from here. But again, like they deal with in Miami, they deal with a lot of new girls. So like they shoot a lot of new girls here. So I wouldn't say I get a ton of bookings down here as much as I do up there. But yeah, no, we have a good relationship. So like if I don't want to work for like a month or two, I don't have to.
Shoot. All right. Now off that subject and on
Mhm.
to another one. I've noticed that you said that you have a love for wigs.
Yeah. Yeah, I've been doing that since middle school probably because my grandparents, raised me for part of my life and they did not like me dyeing my hair. So I tapped into that kind of life and I just continued it and try to perfected it because I'm a little bit of a perfectionist when it comes to that. This is my real hair though. But whenever I want to switch it up, because sometimes I like having longer hair. Sometimes I'll even want to have a bob one day, but it's more just also the color because if you consistently dye your hair, you're going to fry your shit.
And is there a difference between like playful wig, like play? Is there like cheap wigs and like really wigs that take a long time to like put on?
Yeah, but I always put the effort into like even if I'm wearing a wig for just a night or two, like I will put full effort and install that bitch, like, glue it down, make it good. And I make the wigs myself. So, cuz I mean, there's still some like there's a place in LA that I like that they have really good quality wigs and every now and then I'll buy a unit from them, but most of the time like I make my own.
Oh,
And
really?
yeah, like I've learned like I sew the tracks and I dye it and I, pluck it and I do the whole damn thing.
Maybe that should be a venture for you. That's a
It's
that's a money making
it's
thing.
funny you say that because I've really been tapping into that. Like I think like down the road, like that is something that I would do as a side hustle because I have multiple girls. Like if I do ever like dance, like when I danced last week, like I had like 3 girls come up to me like, "Oh, I like your hair," and I'm like, "Oh yeah, I made it." And they're like, "Damn, can you make me one?" So, and I know people spend money on it. Like I know how much I've paid for wigs, so I know how much that, and I enjoy doing it. So
Yeah, and if it makes people feel good because it's like maybe they feel like they want to just express themselves in a different way other than
yeah.
clothes.
Yeah, and there's also people who have like hair loss,
Yeah, exactly.
people that are hair damage, So that's definitely something that
Definitely a
I've
positive look.
and I've been considering doing it like as a side hustle for
What
a
would be
very
the
long
what would be
time.
the name? Would you have a name for your line yet?
No, I don't have a name yet, but I definitely in general that's something that I'm highly considering doing as a side hustle in the future at least. Haven't come up with a name yet though, but I'm gonna put a lot of effort into thinking about a name. It's gotta be catchy.
It does. You got to grab attention.
Yeah, you gotta grab attention for sure.
But at least you'll have like
A little
a little
something.
leverage out there to be like,
Yeah.
okay, maybe we should check this out. She seems like she has enough to produce some good quality stuff. So.
Yeah, and I know that I would have a little mission behind it too because like, you know, just being 100% real, I can't tell you how many times I've walked into wig stores and I'm looked at sideways because I'm white. You know what I'm saying? Because it's just honestly a lot. I don't know, like in LA, because of celebrities and shit, a lot of people there, like of every ethnicity and culture, like wear wigs. But even in Miami, like I like unless they when they get to know me, then they're cool. But like I'll walk into a wig shop and everybody's looking at me sideways, like, what is this white girl doing in here? Because it's not really a white girl thing to wear wigs. It's not, it's just not the usual per se. And I hate that because it's like, I'm just trying to give you guys my money. I'm trying to, support your business. And,
So you had the people in like working in the stores look
yeah,
at you
working in the
sideways.
store that
Oh
wear the
wow.
wigs. Yeah, because most of the time, like, they are black girls that are running it, like, and like I have a certain shop in North Miami that now they know me, like, and it's a Haitian girl that runs it, and she's super sweet and super nice. But I'm not gonna lie, when I first walked in, all her hairstylists and shit, they were looking at me like, like what is she doing in here, not knowing that like I'm coming here to buy stuff from your place.
But I like the way you said that because you could easily be like, "Ah, fuck it, I'll just leave." But you're like, "No, I still want to
No,
get my stuff." So
yeah, like I still want to like invest in that, and actually, if I ever do buy hair in Miami, I only go to that shop, and it's a rich girl salon. I'll shout them out. Fuck
all right, shout out to
it.
Rich Girl
Shout out
Salon.
Rich Girl Salon. They have really good wigs. I love their wigs. But no, like the owner there, she is so sweet. Like I only go there to buy stuff now if I ever do, unless I make them myself. But yeah, like if I were to have my own business, I want to be like, I don't care if you're black, white, Asian, Hispanic, like anybody. Like if you have cancer or hair loss, like everybody is welcome to buy my stuff. Like I don't ever want you to walk into my shop if I have like an actual shop, or because I probably do that and online, and I don't want you to walk in and feel like people are looking at you sideways. Like what are you doing in here? You know what I'm saying? Because it happens.
It does.
It
It
does.
sucks.
It's just life.
But
I mean, it's out of the, and I don't blame them because they don't, it's not normal for them either. They're not like, tell me how many white girls be going and getting wigs like that though, for real. Like,
they like to probably just bleach the hair. They probably
or
just like to do it
something.
themselves,
I mean, I've had a
or
lot
just
of
not
girls
even
come up
bother.
to me like, "Damn, I've never seen a white girl wear a lace front," and I'm like, "Yeah, well, I made it. I do it. That's my thing." So,
That's awesome. That's awesome. So, what else? I noticed you're a cannabis connoisseur, just like everybody here on the podcast.
yeah.
So, what's your go-to spot to in LA?
Um, I'm gonna butcher the name because I always say it wrong, but it's like the Senegate or the Senegate or something. I don't know. But there's actually I forget what company, but a guy who owns a porn company owns that weed shop, and I get like a discount as a performer. But I don't just go there for that.
Yeah.
I go there because it's convenient of where I stay, in LA when I go out, and um, the bud's good. So there's no reason why I wouldn't hit it up. Actually, in my spot in LA, I have a huge cardboard box full of like jars and shit, but I still hit it up for like fresh stuff, you know.
Of course.
Of course.
Any like specific favorite flavors?
There's a specific brand. It's called Jetters, and they have this. It's a pre-roll, and I usually get the 2 gram pre-roll, and it's keef rolled, and it's oil infused, and it's got like a glass filter on the bottom, and like I've even gotten to the point because I like enjoy rolling. Don't get me wrong, but that shit is so fire. Like I pretty much those are my go-to because they have the 2 grams, the 1 grams, and then the little minis, which I want to say are like half a gram each. But those never ever fail me. They're pretty damn fire. Like it's really good. So
That sounds crazy. See, that's why I can't wait to go back. You know, like
try the Jetters. Try the two
definitely,
grams with the glass. They're so
definitely sounds
good.
like
They're
a plan.
so fire.
What about what's your favorite spots to eat in there when you go out there?
I don't actually have a favorite spot. I'm not gonna lie. I'm still eating like fast food and shit when I go out, or I'll just there's like a sushi place that I go to, but I don't remember the name.
That's another thing that I'm the same way. I have a feeling that no matter what, it's not good to say, but McDonald's has my heart.
Yeah, I love
Like it
McDonald's.
low key does, like because like it can. I never downplay McDonald's. It might get me sick one day. It's okay. I just feel like it's a really toxic relationship. I just can never leave.
I mean, that's my go-to, especially if I'm smoking. Like, I'll go get McDonald's. It's just simple. It's easy. But when I'm traveling too, like, a lot of people, I'm like the opposite. When people travel, they're like, oh, I'm going to try to eat right and make sure I'm good. But I feel like when I'm traveling, I go for more convenience than
Yeah,
anything.
for me it's the opposite. I want to try everything and
Yeah,
anything.
because I have a lot of spots down here that I fuck with. Like, there's the spot over here. I don't know if you know what Crafty Crab is.
Yeah,
I love Crafty
you
Crab.
like seafood.
Yeah, yeah, I do. Their seafood boil is pretty damn good, and they're open late, so like I could just pop in. Like they're open till like 12 a.m. I think.
That's another thing. We need some more restaurants that are open.
Yeah,
Throughout the week though, not just on Friday through Saturday.
yeah,
But
no,
that's only 2 days.
true,
I
true,
need
true.
some more. I need more options
Yeah.
because I'm not the type of person that get hungry 24/7. It
Mhm.
might look like it, but actually I don't. I might eat a big amount, but
Yeah.
like the times I decide to eat is like when I wake up early.
Mhm.
Like I wake up at like 8 o'clock, 9 o'clock, but I feel like I can't eat until like 1 p.m.
Yeah.
for some reason. And then like after that, I want to eat again till like 10.
Mhm.
Just cause like I'm just like trying to keep myself. I'm just keeping myself busy and just not even noticing.
I'm so inconsistent with eating. Like, sometimes I'll eat 1 time a day, sometimes 3 times a day. It just depends. But I would say I have way more spots down here that I'm like especially if there's a girl like that girl I was talking about earlier, Angel Young. I met her when she was taking a trip down here. She's so cool. And like when people come down here, if I ever hang out with anybody, I'm always the one that's like, oh, I know all the good spots to eat. So like sushi, seafood, steak, whatever.
Favorite steak spot.
Favorite steak
I need to
spot?
find one.
God, I forget the name. I'm terrible with names. It's actually like I think it's downtown Fort Lauderdale, but it's off the corner of Broward. I want to say
It's not
starts.
Morton's, right?
No. It's a different one. I don't remember the name of it. I'm sorry. I know what Morton's is though.
Mhm.
I know someone that works there, that bartends there actually. But yeah, I don't know.
That's a good spot. I've been there once.
I definitely like seafood though. I know a lot of seafood places.
It's hard for me. Like I have this where I'm like, I want to get into seafood, but I just can't do it. I only eat it unless it's fried.
There's specific seafood
Mhm.
that I like though. Like there's Like certain fish I won't eat because it's too fishy.
Yeah. See,
But
that's exactly how I am too.
yeah, but there's certain like I've gotten around to eating like clams and mussels and like certain fish. I like shrimp a lot, so crab, lobster, that's good. But like other stuff is too fishy. I don't like it. I don't have the taste buds for it.
I can't like I be seeing people do the little oyster shots.
Oh, I like those.
They're good.
I like
I've been
oysters
so
though.
scared to try that because they
You
put
just
like the
have
ketchup in the hot sauce.
well, you put like if you put like lemon juice and
Mhm.
cocktail sauce and like tartar sauce, if you put enough on there, it'll kind of cancel out the
Okay.
fishy taste for you. That's just
I'm a
me.
texture person too.
Oh yeah. That's definitely gonna be an issue. But you gotta just kind of like chew it a couple seconds and
Mm.
swallow it, and it won't be that bad for you. Probably. I don't know. I love raw oysters. That's definitely a favorite of mine.
All right, and how did you get into cryptocurrency?
The guy I'm talking to. I don't know a lot about it, I'm not gonna
Hmm.
lie, but I'm just now kind of getting into that. So, Bitcoin and shit like that. But that's a his thing. So,
Okay,
but he's getting me into it.
that's what's up.
Yeah,
You need that in your life, you know.
probably.
I need to get into that. You know, that's always been something that like I've always questioned about, but it's like,
hmm
oh, why not? And I should just go do it.
I'm definitely curious about it, but I don't think personally there's anything you could get into unless you have somebody that knows about it.
Exactly.
Because it is complicated. Like it's not like, oh, I'm just gonna put money into it and it's gonna do its thing. Like,
Yeah,
you
you know,
have to
like the
know about it.
infamous Instagram DMs where, hey, come send 500 and turn it into
I
5,000.
have my DMs turned off on Instagram. People in my comments are like, "Why don't you answer my DM?" I'm like, I didn't even see it. Like, I don't, because you know how you have message
Hmm.
request. I don't even like. I have a thing on my Instagram where I don't even see the message request because I just get so many that it got to be way too much. So I turned that shit off completely.
No, yeah, that's probably why your phone is always dead, like you said.
And I just suck at keeping it charged, to be honest.
Yeah, that's a bad habit of mine too.
Yeah.
Well, is there any future projects we can look forward to? Any future endeavors? Anything that's coming up for you that you want to shout out?
Not anything like huge. I mean, I like I said, I am taking that trip to LA, and I'm not exactly sure who I'm shooting for yet completely because they're still kind of working on like, because they when I tell them my dates, they have a bunch of companies that want to shoot me, but then they have to kind of pick and choose who's the better company and shit. So I'm not quite sure to be honest, but I am shooting. So, because I know a lot of my fans are like, "Oh, are you still?" I don't know. They're always asking like, "Oh, are you still doing porn?" I'm like, "Yes, I'm still doing porn." Even when I shoot, they have to edit it and go through all that, so it's not gonna come out immediately. But I have like a week's worth of shoots coming up.
All
So
right, so I guess a bunch of new content they could look forward to, right?
yeah, for
All
sure.
right, and do you do like any like strip club tours? Like, have you ever done that?
Like feature dancing,
Yeah.
it's not that big
No.
anymore from what I know. So no, not really. But I feel like if I ever am out in the clubs like that, like I'll post it on my social media, like if people want to come and see me. But I definitely freelance, and I'll go towards like I'll go to the clubs where they know me and shit.
Okay.
I'm more like comfortable that way.
Yeah, and you probably got like the that like you said better customer bases at
Yeah.
certain places.
Well, I
That's not as
also
sketchy.
not just the customers, but if the managers and the people that work there know me, like it's just a better vibe overall than like because some managers at these clubs are dickheads, and I don't like going back to places like that because if you just throw my vibe off, then I'm just not gonna feel comfortable at the club.
For
You know.
sure.
Mm.
Well, all right. This has been episode 10 of Ordinary Other Selected Files. Once again, thank you, Skylar, for
Thank
coming
you.
through. This was a big accomplishment. I feel like for me and my friend Emil here. Like I said, we were fans for a long, like since for that time frame.
Mm.
So I wish you the best of luck.
Thank
You
you.
always got the spot if you ever want to come back and do another episode. You're
Yeah.
always welcome.
Yeah, I live here, so why
All right,
not?
guys. Episode 10 of Ordinary Other Selected Files. Derek X301, Skylar Box. That's a wrap.
Bye.
Thank you so much.
Of course.
That was pretty cool.
Hopefully, I hit